Cricket presents The Warmup, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Neil Beasley. The Friday Night Lights turn on next week. Hey, let's get you warmed up. We start by taking a look at which North Texas 6A teams could have the longest playoff runs in the Louisiana Hot Sauce Hot Zone. Last year, a couple of longtime head coaches finally got to hoist state trophies. Claude Mathis and Reginald Samples led DeSoto and Duncanville, respectively, to 6A championships. Not many are picking against them in 2023 either. The Panthers are stacked with D1 talent again, led by the state's best player, Colin Simmons, on the defensive line. Simmons broke the school record with 22.5 sacks last year and told us his goal is 40 sacks this year. Wow. He'll be flanked on the line by nose tackle Alex January, so good luck to opponents in penetrating that D-line for sure. On the offensive side, running back Caden Durham ran for almost 2,000 yards last year alone, and he'll be back to gobble up more this time. With Keelan Russell back at quarterback and one of the best junior wideouts, DeCorian Moore, returning, look for another big year from Duncanville. DeSoto also has skilled position players galore coming back. Quarterback DJ Bailey threw for 45 touchdowns and just 2 picks last year. And he'll have freshman sensation Booby Feaster along with transfer TJ Pride in the fold at wide receiver. The Eagles have a solid defense as well, so look for them to contend for another title. Louisville may have all the pieces to make a run this year as well. Quarterback Ethan Terrell and running back Byron Ellison will be a problem on offense, and the Farmers field one of the best secondaries in the state. Don't forget about South Lake Carroll and Denton Geyer as well. These perennial powers are reloading a bit this year, but still have experience to make a deep run. If you're looking at a couple sleepers in 6A, how about North Crowley and McKinney? The Lions of McKinney have D1 talent sprinkled all over the field, and this might be their year to push deep into that postseason. USC-bound Brian Jackson at running back leads a potent offense, while Florida Gator commit Xavier Filsaime at cornerback anchors a solid defense. Over at North Crowley, the Panthers went undefeated during the regular season behind athlete Cornelius Warren and quarterback Chris Jimerson. They're the favorites to do so again this fall. Other teams to keep an eye on this year, as usual, Highland Park and Allen will be in the mix, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, and Byron Nelson.
The Hot Zone is presented by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. When you need to bring the heat, make all your game day snacks better with Louisiana hot sauce.
Switch to Cricket and get 4 lines for only $25 each per month, plus fast nationwide 5G for all. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Enjoy the authentic flavors of ancient recipes. So thin, so crisp, so good, so chill.
We stopped down to visit with McKinney's Xavier Filsaime in the recruiting trail presented by Xochitl Chips and Salsa.
Hi, my name is Xavier Filsaime. I go to McKinney High School and I play safety. He was brand new coaches, whole new coaching staff. The way the players connected, the way the players work, the way the coaches coach, and the culture they have, they connect like no other. And then I also have family ties out there too, so I was going to be going back home towards my mom and my little brother. I'm kind of more like an aggressor. I like to talk trash. I like to get in people's heads, and if I get beat, I want you to run it back. So, because I want you to know you won't do that again. One thing I like about our team, I'm really excited for. I want to see the chemistry we're going to have on the field. We have really good chemistry off the field. I want to know what it's going to look like on the field. Can we put all of our pieces together and can we play with, with different play styles and all of that. But I'm really excited. This is our senior year. A state ring has never been in the talks, ever at McKinney up until, last year probably. But it hasn't been talked about as much as it has been this year. And I just really want to go win a ring. You know what I'm saying? Go out with a bang this year and see. Remember me by the way I work, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm one of the hardest workers on the team, if not the hardest worker, you know what I'm saying?
let's take a look at some 5A teams to watch out for in The Hype, presented by Dallas County Connect. Tim Buchanan may have hung up the whistle at Aledo, but it doesn't mean the Bearcats are not to be feared. In possibly their last run in Class 5A, Aledo is once again poised for a title run. TCU commit Haas Haney returns as the Bearcat signal caller, and he has dudes everywhere in that locker room. Hawk Patrick Daniels and sophomore sensation Kadon Finley will put on a show for Aledo and their offense. And that defense, how about led by linebacker Devon Keys and defensive back Jaden Allen? In other words, new head coach Robbie Jones was not left with an empty cupboard. Some teams trying to knock Aledo off their perch in Division I will be Lancaster, Lone Star, and Timberview. Weibo Nation will have their usual array of super fast athletes, including Kawan Lacey at tailback and Tia Eric Martin at wide receiver. Coach Leon Paul will be using a dual-threat quarterback system like he did last year, and the Tigers should be a problem for many teams in the postseason. Lone Star has athlete Davion Gross, and though he's just a sophomore, should be one of the most dangerous weapons in 5A. Timberview went to the region final last year, and they bring back a dynamic athlete as well in Cameron Bass. In Division II, South Oak Cliff will be looking for that three-peat. The Golden Bears sent 11 players to FBS schools last year and are left with just one returning starter on defense from a year ago. This year's SOC team will be making noise on offense behind running back Danny Green and wideout Jamiri Cawley. It will be extremely competitive in Division II all around North Texas. Melissa opens a brand new gorgeous stadium, and the Cardinals feel this is the year they'll get their first state title. Nigel Smith leads a stacked defense, while Trevor Ham and Carson Maynard are back on an experienced offense. Argyle was hit hard by graduation, but will still be in the mix for a long playoff run as usual. Ohio State commit Peyton Pierce is back at linebacker for Lovejoy after missing last year due to injury. The Leopards will also have a slew of talented receivers yet again. And keep your eye out for Mansfield Summit, as many feel their experience could help them challenge for a state title as well.
You shouldn't have to come to the internet. The internet should come to you. Let Dallas County help connect your home with free or low-cost high-speed broadband today. Visit DallasCountyConnects.org.
This year we'll be handing out defensive title belts yet again. Let's take a look at who might come home with some of those in the buzz. This year we'll be handing out title belts to the teams who give the best defensive performance each week, whether it be timely turnovers, game-changing sacks, or just a complete shutdown of the opposing team's offense. Every week, we'll choose a team worthy of the defensive title belt. At Louisville, the Farmers have a dangerous duo of Jadan Hardy and Tony Luis Nkubu in their defensive backfield, and they can easily switch the momentum of a game in any moment. Byron Nelson was all about the offense in 2022, but they return all 11 starters on defense and could wrestle away a title belt at some point this year. And of course, with 5 stars, Colin Simmons and Alex January on the defensive line, expect Duncanville to compete for the defensive honor sometimes as well. Tune into the show every week during the season to see what team will be strapping on the title belt. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week as we'll get you warmed up for the first week of Texas high school football.